Every expression requires a certain level of safety. It requires to feel safe. Someone that doesn't feel safe cannot truly exist in a way that feels joyful, fun, creative. Children will often go out and play and explore when they feel these strong connections with their caregivers, and essentially when they feel safe around them. Otherwise, they will most probably cling to their caregivers or overall be fearful of trying, of exploring, of playing. That is true for the adults as well. That may express in a different way. We may don't care about playing as much, although it's interesting to explore why or when we stop playing, or when we stop being drawn to playing, or start having all these stories and narratives about why we're old enough for play. It's essentially conditioning. But overall, in order to create in life whatever you want to create, or even in your relationships, just express openly what you're thinking, what you're feeling, sharing your views about the world, communicating, exchanging opinions. In order for you to do that, you need to feel safe enough and to be open and vulnerable enough to someone. And it's interesting to notice that most of us choose to hide parts of ourselves, even within our intimate relationships. Some of us especially are on their intimate relationships, but this perhaps is an indication of feeling unsafe within you. Not necessarily because of the other person. The other person can be totally safe, but somehow your nervous system, your interpretation of a situation, of a person, could give you a different signal. And of course that has to do with your story, with your background, with your history. It's a complex puzzle to be solved, essentially. But again, the core wounding, the core reason is the feeling of unsafety in some shape or form. The moment we recognize that, we get the opportunity to do something about it. And usually we don't know what to do about it. We don't know how to behave or act differently. Our reactions are mostly automatic anyway, so it's not something we consciously choose to feel fearful or hesitant or hide ourselves. It's just automatic reactions. But recognition is the first step to create some space and open up and increase our capacity to feel more and more comfortable with this sense of unsafety. And by comfortable, I mean recognizing it taking a few deep breaths, pausing for a few moments before we actually reacting. That's a practice that essentially rewires our nervous system and our automatic responses to potential or perceived or true external danger. If it's a true danger, yeah, at least hopefully we can recognize it immediately and just move ourselves away. But usually I'm talking about perceived danger, right? So in those situations, it's good that we can create that capacity and we can train ourselves to respond differently, because that will improve our relationship, that will improve first and foremost the relationship with ourselves, but also the relationship with others. So instead of directly blaming someone or something for us feeling a certain way, for us feeling unsafe in the moment, and our instinctual response being, okay, I need to get out of there, here, this moment, we can learn to process that emotion, sit with that emotion slowly and steadily, and realize that we're actually safe, regardless. That we can actually have the capacity to withstand and deal with whatever it is that's happening in that moment in a calm and more grounded and more mature way. You can create pockets of feeling safe or doing something that calms your nervous system. For example, for me, colors and drawing on a piece of paper is a way to create that space and sense of safety. But the actual rewiring happens in the moment of the danger, of the perceived danger. Earlier, I was in the car with my partner, and at some point he just felt frustrated about something, and I immediately got this energy. And I interpreted in the moment unconsciously that I'm unsafe and that I cannot handle it and I need to move out. But knowing that this is a pattern and being able to recognize it, I immediately took some breaths, said to myself, I'm safe, I can handle this, there's nothing wrong, I'm not in danger. His frustration is not about me, it doesn't say anything about me, and it's his feeling, his emotion in the moment, and I can handle that emotion coming out of him. And immediately I felt this calmness and grounding. This is the work I'm talking about happening in the moment. So just notice in which situations you may feel unsafe, and start slowly and steadily creating this space, this opening, just some moments of pause, some space between feeling and reacting to the feeling, and see if you can reframe it. It will not happen automatically, it will not happen the first few times, but gradually, this is the work that we need to do to create this inner sense of safety within us, so that the external circumstances and people cannot really shake us in whatever way they wish, either intentionally or not, doesn't matter. Take care.